Welcome to lesson 17 of the beginning fencing class. This lesson is going to be about taking the blade attacks. These are called Pri de Fer attacks. So the taking of the iron. So the difference between this and the attack en fer, the ones where we hit the sword or push the sword and then attack the person, this time we're going to take the opponent's sword and hold on to it and push it out of the way as we hit the other person. Makes it much safer for the attacker. We've already done a couple of ripostes with opposition, and in some ways those are also attack en fer or riposte en fer, if you want to be more specific. The idea being you've got control of the sword when you do the riposte. So the first one we're going to do is a circle 6 attack. We've done a circle 6 parry riposte, and it's the same action, except instead of letting Will attack first, I'm going to be attacking him. So, again, we're about tip-to-tip distance. I'm going to step forward, and as I do my advance, I'm going to do a circle 6 and catch his sword. Again, you can see I've tried to catch every part of my sword on the light part of his sword, and now I finish my attack. I'm trying to get his sword stuck on my sword. Perfect, as if I can get it stuck in 2 places. Once you get it stuck here on the blade, and get it stuck on the bell guard, and there's very little that he can do to try to move my sword out of the way. So watch that again. I'm here, I step forward, I catch his sword, and I finish by pushing his sword out of the way, and I'm perfectly safe. You can do this as a circle 4. Again, more commonly done, left-handers versus right-handers, or right-handers versus left-handers, because you have to have a little bit of an angle to do it against somebody that's the same hand. So in this case, I will start on the outside of Will's sword. I'll step forward, circle and catch the sword here, and then push it out this way. And it may be difficult to see, but my arm is moved that way to keep his tip pushed well out of the way, and my sword is angled back a little bit into his body to be able to hit. Let's do that again. Start on the outside of his sword. I catch it by stepping forward. Now I push his sword out of the way. Again, I have him stuck with 2 parts of my body. There is a subfamily called the binds. There's binds, envelopments, and croisés. We don't tend to use croisés much in foil. More than that they move. So I'll just show you binds and envelopments. I'm going to step forward and catch his sword. It's going to look like maybe I'm doing a 4 parry riposte, but I'm actually the one moving forward and initiating the contact, so I'm the attacker. So I go here, I catch his sword. Again, heavy part of the sword against the light part of his sword. Makes it simple for me to control what's going to happen next. In a bind, I'm basically going to move, some people will call this, say I move the sword diagonally. I just tell people I'm going to go and move my sword 180 degrees out of the circle, halfway around the circle. Right now my sword, the tip is above his sword and on the inside of his sword. see in foil, I want to hit him just a little bit above the top of the jacket, or the bottom of the jacket, my fault. And as he's so tall, it can make it a little bit trickier. If he was short, there would be a lot more down there to hit. There are a number of different lines. All the line means is that I've moved my sword 180 degrees. So, he's on guard. Go. What I did before was I down from 4 down to 8. I could catch his blade in 6 and bind to 7. You can see it's a much more difficult move to accomplish. But it is possible, at least in theory. Could also be when you're on top. I could catch his sword down in 7 and move it up and hit him in 4. A lot more possible, a little simpler, just because of the way the swords are moving. The other move out of this family is called an envelopment. It's going to look like it's going to be a bind when I first start grappling. So I step forward, I catch the sword exactly the same way, but instead of only going halfway around the circle, I'm going to go all the way around the circle and end up right where I started. Now, personally, I tend to sort of corkscrew my arm and be extending my arm as I'm going around. And so when I get back up there, my arm's pretty well straight, and I can just put it right into his chest. Again, I step forward, I catch the sword, I start going around, and you can see when I get back up here, I've got him stuck on 2 parts of my sword and can finish. What we'll do with that can be a couple of times. So you see, Will does the entire circle and then pushes forward. Again, there's not a totally right and totally wrong way. You get a little variation on one end of the field. Now, there is a very natural defense against an envelopment. And it's called a yielding or a ceding, C-E-D-I-N-G, parry. At about 270 degrees of him going around, I'm going to feel the pressure change. And I tell my fencers, this is sort of like a jiu-jitsu move. As soon as I feel the pressure change, I'm going to do a hard 4 parry, and then I can recover. I did a hard 4 parry, and now I'm the one that has control of the sword, and he's easy to hit. So watch again. As soon as I feel that pressure change, I snap my blade over here, and then I can